Hello and welcome to Ask the Crown. I'm Stephanie McGrane, and I am so excited to have the very beautiful Michele Strom joining me today. Michele is a former Mrs. Nebraska. She is the owner of the Winning Crown Boutique and star of the new show, Obsessed with a Dress. Welcome, Michele.
Hello. Good to see everybody.
Well, I am so excited to have you here. And I have to tell you how much I love your new show, Obsessed with the Dress.
Thank you.
And I'm dying to know who wins the Wild West pageant.
I'm pretty sure that's the burning question in everyone's mind right now. I can't tell you how many texts and emails and Facebook messages people have said, who wins? We're dying to know. And they couldn't believe that we cut it off right there at the end, but I guess that makes you want to watch this Friday. And I will tell you, based on being there, and I know the outcome, obviously, I don't know how they put it together on their end as far as how they showed different divisions, but it's not who you think it is. I'll tell you that. And I think that throws everybody for a loop, because then they're thinking, oh, maybe it was Fania. Or you know, who was it? But these types of pageants have ways of turning the results kind of upside down that are different than what we're typically used to, and I think people would be very surprised.
Wow. See, now hearing that, I'm not sure who to think now.
Exactly.
And I was watching, and I was looking at the clock. I'm like, no, they're not going to tell us the winner.
I know. I know.
I could be in suspense for that whole week.
At least it wasn't like the season cliffhanger, because that would be even worse.
Yes, it would. Well, I'm definitely going to be tuning in tomorrow to see who wins the pageant.
Yes.
And I love the entire show concept. How did the show Obsessed with the Dress, how did that come to be?
You know, it's kind of a crazy story. We were actually all kind of working in the store one day, and we got a call from Pytown Productions, who is the production company that actually made the show. And my one of my wardrobe stylists actually took the phone call, and they had called a couple of times, and she said to me, she goes, Michele, I think somebody's trying to sell you pies. She didn't quite understand who Pytown Productions really were. So long story short, they emailed me. We decided to submit a few videos of who our staff was, and it was between us and another big pageant store. And they really liked the dynamics of all the different types of people that work in the store. You know, we've got former state and national title holders, as well as, you know, the graphic designer, you know, Tiffany the rocker, and then Bo, who, you know, obviously has never been in a pageant. So they liked the dynamics. They liked that we were from Middle America, somewhere a little different compared to what you're seeing on the East and West Coast. And this whole process started 2 years ago. So they came to us. They then put together what they call a sizzle reel in the industry, and they took that and they sold it to a network. And WeTv, within a month, bought it. They thought it fit perfectly with the lineup of where they wanted to take their network. And last summer they came and they filmed all of the episodes. They were there for the entire summer, which was very stressful to manage a business and children and being followed around with TV cameras, but definitely worth every moment of it. And now we have a TV show. So it's an interesting process, and definitely not something that I went out and looked for. It just kind of landed in our lap. So it's been pretty cool.
Well, that's so exciting. So it sounds like it's been in the works for quite a while.
Yes.
It's coming to fruition. But now, what do you think about the show? What do you think about it will make it successful?
You know, I really think all the characters are what makes it fun and interesting. You know, people are most interested about, you know, Bo and Tiffany. Are you Team Bo? Are you Team Tiffany? You know, who's going to be the manager of the store? What's going to happen there? But I also think they really love to see what goes into picking the dress for these girls that are competing in these higher end pageants. And I think it's fascinating to see kind of what goes through not only my thought process, but everyone else that works there, and how they pick that perfect dress. So I think that formula is what makes it a successful show.
Well, I know I love watching. What is it really like managing all of those personalities? Tiffany, Bo, everyone. What's it like?
You know, I always say that I don't want, you know, I come home and I'm almost babysitting my children, but I came home from babysitting children at the store as well. You know, they're all very interesting in their own regards. They all have such unique personalities, and that's really why they were hired. You know, I knew Tiffany was different. She has sleeves of tattoos and tattoos on her legs and her back and everywhere. She doesn't fit the mold of that perfect pageant contestant, obviously, or somebody that would work in a pageant store. But she had some other talents that I thought we could utilize. So every single person has their own talent. You know, I think for TV purposes, everything obviously is very amped up. You know, people are really letting their inner diva come out, let's say, and so we just have these huge personalities that come out. But it's interesting to manage. They make me laugh all day long, truly. I try not to take it too serious.
Well, I love to see everyone on the show. And can you give us a little hint? Will you keep Tiffany around, or will Bo be the new manager?
Well, I just posted on Facebook and I think Twitter a little sneak peek as to what's going to happen to Tiffany tomorrow. And it looks like she's either being fired or demoted or in trouble or something, but it is not good for Tiffany when you watch this video. So I suggest everybody go on Twitter. You can find me at Michele Strom, and you'll get to see firsthand kind of the sneak peek into what's happening. But there's definitely shakeup that's happening this weekend.
I'm definitely going to be watching.
That's good.
And now I know your daughter was also on the Wild West pageant.
Yes.
She was in the natural side of the pageant.
Yes.
So what are your feelings and thoughts about kids competing in the glitz pageant systems?
Yes, I'm actually not a huge proponent or fan of true glitz pageants. I truly don't. I don't want to see kids wearing makeup. I don't want to see them with fake hair or fake teeth or spray tans. I think that children are beautiful the way that they are, and it's definitely not something that I support. I think that there are pageants for children that are keeping them as kids, and one of those is the National American Miss Pageant. I truly believe that that is a really high-quality pageant for kids that promotes more self-esteem and giving them more life skills, being able to speak in front of large groups of people. You know, oftentimes in the glitz world, there's no interview. There is no speaking on stage. And I think that those are two valuable life skills that anybody who's ever competed in a pageant has definitely gained from being there. So I don't believe that you learn any life skills from being in a glitz pageant, and I think that it's hurting our women, our girls that are turning into women, their self-esteem and what they feel they need to look like. And I think we're over-sexualizing children, and I don't think it's a good thing. So I want everybody to tune in, because you will hear my thoughts about glitz pageants on the show. And I, am proud of Emma that we didn't put any makeup on her. We didn't do anything that, I already spoke of. I let her compete as who she is. And I think that that really stands out. So long story short, I'm not a big believer in the glitz world.
Well, you made some excellent points there. The glitz system's not having the interview and the different things. And I love the NAM system too. Yeah, very, very important, and important to gain life skills. So yes. Excellent points made.
Yes.
And now you also pageant coach. And yes. I know you take the brutally honest approach with your clients. But do you feel that is the best way to create winners?
I do. I mean, people are coming to me for a reason. They're coming to me because either they haven't won and they're frustrated, they're very close and they haven't won. And I don't believe that it does anyone any good if I sugarcoat or kind of pussyfoot around the issue. And if the issue is that they've picked poor wardrobe in the past, that's an easy fix. We can tweak that. And a lot of times that's usually what it is. People make very poor decisions in what they're going to wear for interview or the swimsuit competition, evening gown. They're picking something they think looks good, maybe in a magazine or a catalog, but they're not dressing for who they are and their body type. So sometimes it's just tweaking that. And then in the interview training that we do, I take a completely different approach from what people think they should be doing in a pageant interview. I'm all about letting your natural stories of life come out. And so it's all about building off of your own experiences and letting those judges know who you are. I never train anyone to be what I call the pageant patty, because I just don't think that people want to see that fake side. I'm there to make the best qualities of who you are come out to everybody. So, but pussyfooting around and just kind of, tapping somebody on the back and saying, there, it's all going to be fine, it's just not my style. And I think a lot of times what happens at the end of it, they say, if you can get through the sessions with Michele, you will be fabulous in the interview room. It'll seem like a breeze. So I think that's a good life skill to learn.
Well, now tell us about some of the winners that you coached or dressed.
Sure. I think the biggest claim to fame to our store is working with Teresa Scanlon, who is Miss America 2011. She came to us as she was competing for Miss Nebraska in 2010, and we helped her on a very small budget dress herself, and she won at 17 and then went on to Miss America and won. And she was one of the youngest in history to ever win. I was mostly involved in all of her wardrobe, and I think just giving her solid advice about, who she is and being able to support that. I also custom designed her dress that she wore for Miss America.
Her dress was gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Well, thank you. And the goal with that dress was to make her look a little bit more mature, being that she's 17. We wanted something that, would stick to the theme of white because she looks great in white, but also kind of made her look just a little bit older, more mature. I've dressed lots of people in the National American Miss system that have won national titles. I wish I could tell you all of them. Sarah Summers is one of our big clients that has been extremely successful in National American Miss, the collegiate pageant, Teen USA. We dress somebody at Teen USA obviously every year and at Miss USA. So we're involved in all of the big creme de la creme pageants, not just the small local pageants. So we really stretch out on a national scale. We have people that fly in from all over to work with us. So we're very fortunate.
Well, congratulations. It sounds like you definitely know your stuff.
Thank you.
What is the biggest mistake that you see pageant girls making when they come in to purchase a gown? What's the biggest thing that you see them doing?
Most of them already have kind of this idea in their head of what they want to look like, and they're so stuck on that sometimes it's hard to veer them away when it's the wrong choice. There's sometimes people come in, especially I find with the Mrs. contestants, that they're dead set on wearing a white dress. I have to have a white dress because they think white is the only color that's going to win, but then they don't necessarily look good in a white dress. So sometimes it's really hard to talk people out of it. I've lost clients over it, that I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to just say, sure, that's going to look great when I know it's not. And they may go down the street to get what they want, but then they end up not winning. So it's unfortunate. I wish people would just say, okay, there's a reason why I go to a coach and an expert at something, is because I want their advice and their opinion. It's the same thing if your daughter was in gymnastics, you wouldn't train them, you'd send them to an expert. and I study pageantry. That's what I do. And so, you know, I wouldn't say I'm perfect by any means, but I feel like I have a really good eye for the fit of a dress. There's so many dresses that are ill-fitting when you're watching a pageant, and that's another huge mistake people make.
Well, okay, I need to ask about the whole winning white, because you always hear, oh, white wins. What are your thoughts about that? Is it just because more people tend to wear white that they're winning in white? Is that what it is?
Honestly, I think statistically more women are wearing white, so therefore your odds of somebody winning in white are greater. I do think, though, there are certain people that look phenomenal in white. My daughter, she's one of them, that any pageant she's been in, she's worn a white dress. And not because I'm thinking in my head that white wins, it's just truly that's what color looks fabulous on her. I'm the same way. I wear, you know, white, black, or red. Those are my three colors that you'll always see me in, maybe blue occasionally, but not very often. I just think people have in their mindset that white wins, and it's hard to get past that. But I do think that if there's a black background on a stage and somebody comes out in a bright white dress with lots of sparkle to it, you tend to notice that. And so it can look really good on stage depending on what your backgrounds are.
Well, good advice, because I know I've heard that a lot. You know, white wins, wear white. Yeah, and especially look at the stage too. You know, is your stage dark? That's going to make a difference. Does white look good on you?
Yes, white has to look good on you. It has to be your color. But number one, you pick the dress on the fit first, the color second.
Well, great advice. Okay, now can you tell us, give us a little teaser about some of the exciting things we're going to see coming up this season on Obsessed with the Dress? Yes,
well, this Friday, 10/9 Central on WeTv, you're going to see the winner of the Wild West. It's either going to be me, it's going to be Andrea, who was a former Mrs. Nebraska, Mrs. America contestant, top 5 there, so she's a really strong competitor, or Fania, who's a beauty, she's amazing. Or maybe it'll be Emma, my daughter. You never know. So that's what's happening. I think you're going to see a huge shakeup in the manager position. You're going to see lots of girls that are winning state and national titles this year. And then on the last episode, you're going to see me get so angry that I almost feel like firing everybody.
Oh, my goodness.
If you think the drama with the staff is happening now, just wait a few more episodes as I kind of want to get rid of everybody.
Wow. I'm definitely going to be watching. The viewers are going to be watching for
I hope so. And I do want people to know that this really isn't a negative view on pageantry. You know, I think we've really kind of highlighted this moment that these women have, which is a pretty significant moment in their life, winning a state or a national title. And we're just watching them and being there for the dress selection. We're not there to make them look like bad people. The drama that happens on the show is with my crazy staff. That's it.
See, you know what? I love that. And, you know, we've all seen other pageant shows with drama with the queens. But I loved how, you know, we see the competitors come in, they make their dress selection, they compete, we see them winning, we see them on stage. You know, they're showing it in a positive light, and I love that. I love that.
Yes, I agree. And that's why I agreed to do the show.
And tell us again, where and when can we tune in to see Obsessed with the Dress?
Well, it's on WeTv. Check your local listings to find out what channel. And it's 10/9 Central, Friday night. So we've got 3 more huge episodes that we're building right now to just this great ending. And you can catch on right now. But you can also go to WeTv and catch up on some of the other videos and episodes. Or if you don't get WeTv, go to iTunes. You can get a season pass, download it. You'll get every episode every week. So there's all sorts of ways to watch. We don't want anyone to miss out.
That's right. We're all going to be watching.
Good. Thank you.
What if our viewers want to get in contact with you if they're interested in coaching or purchasing a gown from the Winning Crown Boutique? How can they get in contact with you?
We have a website, winningcrown.com. You can learn all sorts of information there about coaching or just contacting us directly. You can follow us on Twitter at The Winning Crown, or my personal Twitter handle is Michele M. Strom. We're all over Facebook as well, just Winning Crown or Michele Strom. And if you're on my Twitter, you'll get to interact with me on a daily basis as the show's going on, and you'll get all sorts of tidbits about life in general or dresses and all sorts of fun information. So great place to be.
Wonderful. And I just followed you yesterday on Twitter, so I'm excited.
Thank you.
And I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to come on Ask the Crown. You are beautiful. You are successful. I love seeing all the gorgeous gowns on your show. And I wish you much success with the Winning Crown Boutique and, of course, with Obsessed with the Dress.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been fun, and I can't wait to interact with all of your viewers. So this will be fun after this is aired. So.
Wonderful, thank you, and thank you to everyone who tuned in to the show. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Thanks, Michele, and thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.